Why am I seeing so many CAPTCHAs? Hi everyone, Leo Notenboom here for askleo.com. CAPTCHAs, completely automated public Turing tests to tell computers and humans apart, seem to be popping up everywhere, even on sites where you wouldn't think they'd be necessary. I've been tempted to add a CAPTCHA to Ask Leo. Seriously tempted. Let me explain what leads to that temptation. I'll also explain why it's unlikely to happen, even though the cost of not doing it is actually pretty high. Now, we're all pretty used to the occasional CAPTCHA. They exist to prevent automated systems, bots, from doing things intended only for actual humans. The most common example is email account creation. Before CAPTCHA, bots could create thousands upon thousands of email accounts from which to send millions and millions of spam emails. CAPTCHAs put a stop to that. Spammers had to resort to other means for their garbage. CAPTCHAs are also commonly used to prevent bots from accessing sites over VPNs. Real people encounter them more often when using VPNs, but again, this isn't terribly common for most people. Things have changed. We're seeing CAPTCHAs like this one, or variations thereof, more and more frequently. What's odd is that there's no clear reason why. It's not an instance of account creation, or even if there is, there doesn't appear to be any reason that bots would want to create them. Similarly, there's nothing special about the content that would make it appear lucrative to automated processing and nefarious actions by malicious actors like spammers. But clearly, there's a problem that site owners are attempting to address by choosing to implement a CAPTCHA as an entrance requirement. My recent experience leads me to a theory. I mentioned recently that I had to increase the size of my web server because it was getting overwhelmed with page requests. The problem? Most of those requests were not from humans. They were bots. Search engine spiders. Now, these have been around since the dawn of search. They scan websites and build indexes to use when people are searching for things online. AI spiders. These are new, and there are many of them. They're all scanning websites to use the content on those sites to train their models or augment their responses. I had to get a bigger and more expensive server to provide my content to spiders and bots scanning the web. The alternative? Block the bots. My theory is that I'm not alone. Other site owners are faced with the exact same problem, overwhelming demand from automated systems. There are two choices. Implement a method to block the bots. This is why we're seeing so many more CAPTCHAs. They block the bots and presumably allow the website to serve its intended audience on its existing infrastructure. Or spend money to increase capacity so as to be able to serve both humans and bots alike. Now, many websites are choosing the former. I'm choosing the latter. Why? Preventing bots means my content will never appear in their services, AI or search. I want my content to be found, and search and AI exist to share content. There are standard ways to ask search and AI spiders not to scan your website. Respecting that request, though, is voluntary. As a result, while many spiders respect the requests, many ignore them and scan anyway. Now, my sense is that typically those that don't respect requests are fairly poorly written. One way that manifests is that rather than, say, spreading their requests out over time so as not to overwhelm the sites, they flood the site with hundreds of requests all at once. In effect, it's an unintentional denial of service attack that can bring some sites to their knees. So, what do we do? Well, ultimately, I guess get used to it. There's nothing you or I as site visitors can do about this problem. From the website side of things, I can assure you that it's an ongoing race between site owners trying to block bots and allow humans, and bots getting better and better at appearing to be human. About the only thing for certain is that this race will be with us for some time. For updates, for comments, For links related to this topic and more, visit askleo.com/187517. I'm Leo Notenboom. This is askleo.com. Thanks for watching.